Saudi Arabia and Iran, two powers, are locked in a fierce struggle for regional dominance. This feud is aggravated by religious differences. Iran is a Shia-majority country, while Saudi Arabia is a Sunni majority. Iran runs on a theocratic government where a religious figure rules the country in the name of God. Contrary to that, Saudi Arab is based on an absolute monarchy system, where a family is known as the House of Sauds rule the country. Saudi Arab sees itself as the leader of the Muslim Ummah as it was the place of birth of Islam. Saudis are the custodian of the holy cities of Makkah and Medina. This provides them leverage over all the Muslim countries. Saudi continues to be the de facto leader of the Muslim Ummah until 1979, when it was challenged by the Islamic Revolution in Iran. Before 1979, Saudi Arabia and Iran shared good diplomatic ties, as both countries were backed by the United States. In 1979, Shah of Iran Raza Pahlavi visited Saudi Arabia. A month later his government was toppled over and replaced by Khomeini. The return of Khomeini altered relations with Saudi Arabia. Khomeini openly opposed the idea of monarchy as un-Islamic. He criticized Saudi Arabia for being an ally of the U.S. In 1982, tensions further escalated during the Iran-Iraq War. In 2011, relations get worse during the Arab uprising as both countries supported opposite sides. Iran was in favor of anti-government protests against dictators, while Saudi Arabia was against it. Saudis assumed that this uprising would instigate its public to protest against the Saudi monarchy government. Both countries are carrying out proxy wars in many countries. The two countries have provided varying degrees of support to opposing sides in nearby conflicts, including the civil wars in Syria and Yemen. The rivalry also extends to disputes in Bahrain, Lebanon, Qatar, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Morocco. Let's look at which country is more powerful economically, militarily, and politically. Saudi Arab has 17th largest GDP with a worth of $792 billion, while Iran ranks 25th in the world with a worth of $458 billion. Both countries have an oil-based economy. GDP per capita divides the country's gross domestic product by its total population. It is a measure of a country's economic output. According to GDP per capita, Saudi Arabia ranks 40, while Iran ranks 67 in the world. The economy of both countries worth around $400 billion in 2011. Due to sanctions by the United States, Iran is facing severe economic problems. Saudi Arab is the largest exporter of petroleum. With 10% of the world's proven oil reserves and 15% of its gas reserves, Iran is considered an energy superpower. China, the biggest rival of the U.S., is helping Iran in getting out of poverty. In 2020, Iran and China signed a 25-year strategic partnership agreement in the trade, politics, culture, and security. The plan calls for up to $400 billion in investment spread over years. Saudi Arab covers a land of 2,149,690 square kilometers, while Iran covers 1,648,000 square kilometers. The most important factor in Saudi geography is the holy cities of Makkah and Medina. Due to this, Saudi Arab is respected in the eyes of all Muslim countries, especially Sunni Muslims. Iran is located in the center of Eurasia. Proximity to the Strait of Hormuz gives it significant geostrategic importance. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important strategic locations for international trade. Daily oil flow averaged 21 million barrels per day. If Iran somehow manages to close this strait, it would cause a global surge in the prices of oil and the consequences would be catastrophic. Saudi has the advantage of being surrounded by Sunni-majority countries. Contrary to that, Iran, a Shia country, is also surrounded by Sunnis except for Iraq. Iran has the 14th strongest military in the world, while Saudi Arab has the 17th strongest military in the world according to Global Firepower. Saudi Arab is the largest importer of weapons from the United States. In 2017, Saudi made the biggest arms deal in human history with the U.S., according to which the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will purchase arms from the United States totaling $110 billion immediately, and $350 billion over 10 years. Due to sanctions, Iran has to rely on indigenous weapons. The major strength of Iran's military is its missile Despite that, Iran is a major military power in the Middle East. Iran's military has been described as the Middle East's most powerful military force by retired U.S. General and former CENTCOM commander John Abizaid. Saudi Arab military has 803,000 total personnel, while Iran has 873,000 total personnel. Active personnel. Saudi Arabia, 478,000. Iran, 523,000. Reserve personnel. Saudi Arabia, 325,000. Iran, 350,000. Tank strength. Saudi Arabia, 1,062. Iran, 2,056. Rocket projector. Saudi Arabia, 122. Iran, 1,935. Armed fighting vehicles. Saudi Arabia, 12,825. Iran, 4,300. Air strength. Saudi Arabia, 879. Iran, 509. Fighter aircraft. Saudi Arabia, 270. Iran, 155. Naval strength. Saudi Arabia, 55. Iran, 398. Submarines. Saudi Arabia, 0. Iran, 34. Saudi Arabia is one of the potent allies of the United States. Saudi relations with Israel are getting better day by day. Moreover, its relations with the UAE are commendable. Saudi Arabia is the de facto leader of oil and petroleum exporting countries. Saudi rivals in the region are Turkey, Qatar, and obviously Iran. President of Turkey Tayyip Erdogan accused Saudi Arabia of being heretic and non-Islamic. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman referred to Turkey as part of a triangle of evil, alongside Iran and the Muslim Brotherhood. Iran's main rivals in the region are Israel and Saudi Arabia. The United States' sanctions on Iran is deteriorating its economy. President Trump warned the firms in Iran to pull out from the country, but China, the biggest buyer of Iranian oil, looks unlikely to follow orders from Trump. China's foreign minister said, China will continue its normal and transparent practical operations with Iran under the premise of not violating international obligations. Experts believe that this agreement can be an economic lifeline for Iran, saving its sanction-hit crashed economy by ensuring the sale of its oil and gas to China.